Yeah, I started playing in 2018, and from like 2018 to 2019 to me was like the golden era because like to me it felt like there was like a drastically different like type of community in VR chat. Like it was goofier, friendlier. People on here just came on to mess
Mostly
around.
adults.
Yeah, mostly adults. And then but nowadays there's way more kids playing this game. People still playing this game are like super engrossed into it and like I said earlier, take it too seriously.
Like where
Uh
they believe like going in their literal virtual space is like a real
mhm.
thing, and they take it
Mhm.
very personal. And I'm like, well, why don't you just turn off your space thing? You
Yeah,
know?
it's
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm just like, okay, that's when you're taking it too far. Is when you think you have personal space in a virtual game. That's just weird to me.
Yeah, I think similarly to that, like you got a lot more variety of people coming to VR chat because they couldn't go out like they did before. I kind of love like I love the quirkiness of this game though, and the kind of people that are drawn to this game though. It can be really fun sometimes, but it can also be really kind of weird sometimes. But I just laugh off the weird moments. To be honest.
I mean, it was actually two. I can say two times. Like it was 2017 was peak because
Agreed.
it's when everything becomes so big, and the last year because I get to meet everyone I created a group with. So I have two core memories.
Probably when I first started, because I met a lot of super nice people when I first started. Like they showed me around, they helped me pick my first avatar and things like that. I'm still friends with some of them. Some of them are getting married. Happy for them. Yeah, they met in VR chat and then they got married. Like they met up IRL and then they've been together ever since. And recently we found out that he proposed. They had a small wedding and then yeah, I'm happy for them. Super cute. For now, I think I'm just gonna keep VR chat to VR chat. If I find somebody in this game, that's cool. But for now, I'm chilling.
I honestly couldn't say what the peak of this game is because when I came in like right after like the whole Uganda stuff, it becoming a meme, watching these streamers and stuff like playing VR chat and stuff.
Colliders.
And I had started out on Quest, so I didn't get the full experience until about a year ago when I was able to actually start accessing the PC worlds. And keep in mind, this is one of the most expensive free games you'll ever play.
For sure.
Starts out, you get a quest for standalone, and then from there, you drop $2,500 into a computer, and then from there, you buy an index, and then full body. Did you start buying a bunch of avatar assets to make your own avies? Yeah.
Okay, hell yeah. So it's called Humans of VR. Go to his channel on YouTube and give him a follow.
Absolutely, it has to be around 2018, 2019. Directly after the social uprising of it, when you have all the memes coming, you've got people streaming it constantly, a lot more so than they are now, and it was a lot more enjoyable back then. I was been playing since 2017, so I've seen a few things.
A question that doesn't necessarily mean much to answer because the peak of VRChat is the present, like it is now, unless obviously you're ending up with like 5 people on the whole game and it dies. But it is now because it is like everything else. It changes. Interests change, culture inside the game change, and you get new people, the old people leave. So back in the day, years ago, we used to do things one way. We used to have a certain kind of worlds, and people used to have certain avatars and stuff. Today it's different. Doesn't necessarily mean that peak, so to say, was better or worse. To me, at least, that's another peak. So right now it's hugely popular. Just because this world has fallen off is just a reflection on anything in life where people get tired of going to the same place or eating the same food or doing the same things. Now you want new things and you have new people coming in, which is a good thing in many ways because it doesn't get stale, it doesn't stagnate, it keeps evolving. So at least in my mind, it's is less when was the peak of the game, when was it best, and more the game, enjoy what you have now because it is really interesting and fun.
More like the type of people that would get on VR chat is like way different now than it was then. Like you'd get like far more goofballs and people who were on here just to have fun. Like it was like that was the majority back then.
Now people treat it like it's a social site.
Yeah, like people get on here to basically substitute their actual life on it.
Okay, I only saw one video, which actually got me to get into playing this game, where it was this guy who was a banana man, and he saw like a stripper, but she was like really obese, and he was like, she's,
yeah,
and he's like just really extra on it, and I just so wanted to get into that. It was so funny, and I really want to like dance, but I don't have full body, so and sing, and then I do really enjoy coming in here just to really just goof around and be a goober. Yeah. That's how I met this clown.
Oh yeah, I was a clown when I first met her. Here, let me change into what she met me as. This is what she met me as.
Oh yeah, I'm a Gundam.
Yeah, it was. It's that era, and there were a lot of more like interactions, not like sitting in front of mirrors all day. There were actually people going around talking to people and having a great time. There was more like trolling because everyone was just PC only. Like it was rare to see one in VR, like can move their hands and stuff like that. So everyone was just PC.
Nobody took the game really seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
People get really offended by simple stuff. For example, when you do roleplay, like acting as a character, if you do it wrong, they're gonna assault you, they unfriend you, they block you, they start screaming. It's Jesus.
I think it started whenever like full body and get more like trackers came out, and people it's got to start coming a real life like people are changing from real life to VR chat and get more immersed into it as it was then. Just like mirror was like and then like I in the beginning. Like I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. But I'm actually like sitting in front of mirrors sometimes for maybe I don't know from like 3 hours to maybe 6 hours, depending on the friends joining or stuff like that. I mean, my camera is my mirror right now, so I'm technically using a mirror as well right now.
I have one. I have my personal one right here. I always take with me.
I honestly couldn't tell you. I've only been here since like mid 2020. Now you, on the other hand, you could probably answer it.
I think it was 2021 was the peak of VR chat because so many people were kind of forced to stay inside during the pandemic, and this was a way to be able to chat and be social from your home. But I do think we still see lots of new players all the time, and this is something that will probably continue into the future as it's like become somewhat of a niche interest for people. It's like having like a vacation within your own home in a way. Like that's how I view it. Like sometimes I don't always have the money to travel and like go out, and so it's a way that you can do so in an affordable way as well.
No, I don't think there's really ever been a peak. No, there's really been a bottom. As I said before, I'm really in this for the see people's creativity. Even if my screen is now currently being covered by some type of band with the default avatar's head on it, I'm amused that people have actually figured that out and done creativity to it. There's not going to be end to it, and it's kind of like Gary's mod. People may not play it as much as they used to, but there's still people making crazy things for it. People will have more time in the oven, the more interesting things will come out of it.
Back then, you wouldn't have quite as many children around. That means you could have a lot more freeing conversations, you can talk about a lot more things. There was a lot more entertaining things as well. Lower Fon, the streamer, he made avatars every day, and it was enjoyable to see. Yeah, people were a lot more chill as well. In fact, the pub was the main place to be. It's why I still stick around here, really.
Kindness is contagious. When you are kind, you inspire others. Be the spark. Spreading kindness merchandise available now.